Hello Libra, this is your February 2019 reading. We are back to our normal readings for the month. Also, there will be a supermoon for the full moon around February 19th, depending on where you are in the world. And there will be some activity around Mercury at the end of the month. Also, the supermoon will be happening, I believe, in Aquarius, so you can always find your favorite reader on YouTube and consult with them about where and how those things affect your chart. So, this is the time, as I've mentioned in my other readings, it's the last of winter, and the energy can be sort of difficult now. But let's see where you are. This card coming up at the heart of a lot of readings. A lot of readings, the Four of Swords, so. Again, I think a lot of people needing to recharge their batteries, a lot of the signs needing to just recover. It is after the holidays. A lot of pentacles coming up. Financially, this is a time when you have to recover from some of those holiday bills. But the other thing I can see in your reading here, Libra, is a change of perspective, perhaps surrounding career, and shedding some new light on that. Maybe wanting to change jobs, or maybe go back to school to make more money for the family. Maybe just not feeling like what you've been doing holds meaning for you anymore. Just not really liking going in every day doing the same thing, and somebody may put a bug in your ear, and you may have taken that back, and you may be discussing it with your spouse or your loved one. I think you feel like you have much more inside of you to give. You have a better skill set, and you really want to explore that and see where that takes you. I think you are networking a little bit, maybe looking into this option. Maybe feeling some conflict about it, but also feeling like there are issues inside of the home that could be resolved, and that you yourself could be leveled up by this experience. By title, but again, anytime you're changing in midstream, whether it's going back to school, starting a business, anything like that, it's a very big decision. It comes with a lot of things. It's not just so simple as, you know, oh, I'm going back to school. I think it comes with things. I think, you know, you have to make, you do have to make some judgment calls about what comes with it. Your time, the debt, are you driving further? How are you getting to these places? But I think you believe that in the end, this would lead you to a much better place. I think this is a very sensitive thing. How you are perceived by your family. Are you the breadwinner? Are you a good example? And I think that's really important. I think you have a really fast and furious urge to get this done. Again, there are so many high figures here. The Emperor, the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Cups. These are, high figures standing, knowledge and nurturing. And I think that's where you want to be. I think you want to be someone that exchanges wisdom, knowledge, care, ideas, someone that tends, someone that has a retirement fund, someone that, tends over their affairs in a loving way. And I don't think that's what you're feeling so much now. You may be feeling some burdens, some worries around your family's future and their well-being. You may be wondering if there will be a retirement fund, which a lot of people don't have. Will you have the skill set in mind to provide for them? Will generational security, so will the next generation be okay? We're having Libra, I have to laugh. On the side we're having snow, and there's a little one, and she's so excited that there's snow. Seeing the Justice card here, Justice card can also talk about it can talk about legal documents, it can talk about legal matters, but the Justice card can also talk about your moral compass, Libra. It can talk about your moral obligation and what you feel you are morally obligated to do for your little brood. The Star card also coming up. Libra, I think this is actually a really beautiful reading. I think this is you reevaluating your obligation to yourself, to your loved ones. Strength card coming up. I think you're really kind of beyond the days of, wild, and this is not an age issue. This is just, I think you're beyond the days of feeling like I want to go out and party and go nuts. I want to skimp out on doing the best for myself. I think you're really beyond all of that. If you take a test and you kind of you do okay, you can get by, but you didn't really retain things. I think you're beyond that. I think you're feeling like maybe you've made some decisions in your past that were not the best. That can be anything like maybe not finishing your education, maybe not starting that business that you wanted. Libra, I think you've got some regrets about that. I think you're hoping there's another chance, and I think you're really thinking about, some of that. Pardon me, Libra. So I think the notion of, you know, really, you know, looking back on things, feeling some of that regret. You know, I think that regret is a thing that can eat away at us. But you know, again, be careful. Be careful. You know, because we don't want you not focusing, Libra, on all of the things that you do have. And so I don't want to see you getting into a spiral where you're really thinking, oh God, I can't do this, because you can. So Libra, let's see what's ahead for you. Libra, a small idea can grow into something much bigger if you will let it. I think you are keeping some things separated in your mind. I think there's a fear holding you back. I think if you can get over that fear, you are holding yourself back. I think this anxiety is really messing with you. It's really messing with you. I think you could have a wonderful opportunity to, you know, raise yourself up and raise some of these ideas up. I think it's a great idea to pursue whatever you're pursuing. I think things will line up. You know, we can have self-fulfilling prophecies, though. So if you imagine that you will fail, you will. You know, don't get in your own way. Try to make sure we're not doing that. This is beautiful, Libra. This could be a wonderful new start for you if you follow your best intuition. I would be careful about how far you go. If you're thinking about going to school or starting a business, I wouldn't make the commute very long. I would steer clear of that. I would be mindful of distances. I would really do your research about cost, which I'm sure you would. I would also take a look at people you would be working with. Make sure they are a good fit for you. You know, the whole thing that you're trying to do is get out of what's, you know, been a bad fit for you historically. And so I think, you know, you really want to take a look at your entire world. What would be a good fit for you? You don't want... All right, Libra. Looking to make sure you have the strength to go on this venture. So let's go ahead and pull an angel card for you to see what some of the best advice would be for you. Abundance. Again, I think the theme of the reading overall being a need to branch out, you know, on a new path. And I think that will lead you into the abundance that you seek. I would say, you know, leave these doubts behind. Go ahead and pursue these new things, and I think you will find it will take you down this road into some beautiful things, to some beautiful energy. So again, we can explore more of this in March, or if there's a need, please comment down below and we can look into it further a little bit before then, maybe in the middle of the month when that moon is shifting a little bit. So thank you so much, Libra. Take care.